Hello and welcome. Right, I've gathered the team together in this field, which I made me realise I've not got the straw for this one. So there's quite a lot of activity, but I think this time it'll probably be There's an offer. I think we're going to need to ramp up the productivity of the production a bit bolder way. Just literally come away from the mod hub, and there's quite a few updates, and one of them is to the Lords. In fact, there's a few Lord things that have been updated today, so that's quite amazing. I think what we're going to do is we're going to hit the fields with two at a time. They're not small fields, but neither are they massive fields. So yeah, they're a bit medium. Well, the Rossamash is a small harvester anyway, but I thought if we set a team of two on each one, we'll do one field and then we'll do the other field. So I'm just going to stop the cameras for a minute. I'm going to knock up the two sets of courses, and then I'm going to set these going, and I'm going to restart the cameras. So I'm going to see you in a minute. Right, let's get cracking. Just checking my recording window. I'm getting a little bit precious to make sure that this is actually recording properly now. After losing a couple of sessions on Sax, or well, one monster session on Sax Up, I'm trying to get a bit more with it on this to check each and every time, which I think it should be a good practice anyway. Right, courses laid in. I've done it for both, but I've literally set this one. This is left, and let's get you going. I've switched off all the lines. Oh. And we should set you going on right. Yeah, they should be good for everything else already. Yeah, I like this. This one, for the other one, we've got to go down the road and down there a little bit. Now I've left one trailer down there, so I'm going to stick the other one down here. Are we going to time lapse this? I think so, because what I'd like to do is actually leave the trailer here and go and grab the the Omatana. I think I'll go and grab the Omatana. Or do we just watch that and do that in another session? Do you know, I think I'd like to concentrate on just the harvest, really. I'm not going to time that straight away though. I'm going to chat as we watch. Yeah, I had a bit of a go with VR successfully today, and really sort of come to the conclusion that really there's not a lot to see. Truthfully, VR is, you could basically liken VR. I was trying to think of this, trying to put it into the best possible. I was talking about this yesterday, about keeping things simple, because I always find your mind grasps things simple. Even the most complicated things in networking and things in my job are best described simply. In fact, Einstein once made a statement about that. If you can't explain something simply, you don't know it well enough, was one of his statements, and it's very true. If you start to go complicated in your explanations, then you really don't understand it well enough to explain it, because you can't explain it simply. And he's very, very true. Now, I would say, now I can record in VR. Now, the bad thing is it knocks the I might be able to tweak it, but the best VR profile I've found so far for Farming Simulator, it's not a supported game, but there is a program called Vorpex that actually makes it possible to sort of to have like it adds a layer basically, and it is the same as having Oculus Mirror and all the rest of it, where Oculus Mirror, you can do exactly the same thing, only I've been tweaking settings. Now a year, 2 years ago, you could record using Oculus Mirror. Now I've played around with settings, I've been on forums, and it seems that what was possible a while back isn't possible. No, it certainly isn't with OBS Studio anyway. I've got it to work. I've got at least 4 pieces of recording software that I bought at different stages. But for the main, I've got to be honest, the free software OBS Studio is the best. It is, but not always. It does have some flaws. Now, I can't record VR, any of the VR, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. It's an overlay. You could call it an overlay. It's a bit like putting this with an overlay that I'm seeing through my visor. Now that overlay obviously is captured with 2 eyes. Now you can record in the headset. That's one thing I'm going to do. I chose the VR headset with a bigger memory on purpose, so that I could record. The only bad thing is it records in quite a poor resolution, which I thought, that's not too grand at all. Yeah, and it also records in I don't want to get too technical, but FAT32, which means it's got a file size limit, a very old one. It's really strange, really, when you think of somebody making a complicated bit of kit like a VR thing, and they're using old technologies and really old systems behind the scenes, which you think you want people to use these VR headsets, and you want people to be able to do. I mean, it's obvious if you're putting a new platform and you're saying VR is the next big thing. And I suppose the other thing is, like everything else, yeah, if they want content creators to create content to drag people in to VR, then they are going to have to make some changes, truthfully, or else, I've got to be honest, it's a bit of a window dressing. Having looked at the Oculus store, well, the Meta store, should I call it now, really, than the Oculus store. Yeah, I mean, if you like your killing games and all the rest of it, yeah, there's plenty of that type of games. Well, I started my gaming career on those type of games, and I'm not interested in blasting zombies or killing undead or all the rest of it. This is the game for me. I decided that a long time ago, so I'd love it if, like, obviously there was VR support for it. Now, in a way there is on FS22, but it's funny, but it's not completely supported, but you can use VorpX really to actually put this layer on. But the trouble is, I can't actually show you in true VR. All I can do is, you would see what you're seeing now. I can see things differently. The one thing that I will say for you as a user, the one thing I found that was quite special, which has been sadly missed now, then will these, yeah, let's concentrate on the harvest a little bit. Oh, seriously? Do I have to do everything? I kind of thought these were quite good at unloading, mind you. It's a Pharaoh Trek. I've got to be honest, they're not brilliant when things are a long way away. So, you know, I think I'm going to drive this and we'll keep our eye on them. I might actually do the old-fashioned thing of following them around so we can have a bit of a chat. I don't care if this is the session, truthfully. I'm not in a rush. Yeah, I was going on Saxthorpe, and I thought, no, I'd really like to crack on with Maypole. I'd like to get this done. I'd like to clear the decks of all debts. Yeah, another thing that dropped today as well was a mod by JM Gaming. Yeah, the exotic gardens that he's got in Agres Balcones. He's brought those across to the main game. I'm really chuffed, really am. I thought they were an excellent thing in Agres Balcones, and to have those on other sort of things. Also, there's a fertiliser mod that was quite good. Say the Lort's updated his farm supply pack. He's also updated another couple of things. So, ooh, now then, am I going to be able to get close enough without destroying that? That's the one thing I'm going to say. Really don't fancy destroying that bit of canola. How close am I? I think we're alright. I think we're going to have to pull back a little. And then we'll go get the other one. These have got such little tanks. That's the one thing about the Rossamash. Well, one of the... it's a start harvester, isn't it? Let's be honest. We've just gone for a team. I've done this before with quite a few different of the starter harvesters. Sometimes mixing and matching. It is possible. I've said this and I've even shown it, because a lot of content creators say, no, you can't mix sizes with Courseplay. Yes, you can. You can definitely mix it. It's just you've got to take certain precautions. Like everything, if though you're teaching a beginner, would you want a beginner to learn that? Not particularly, no, not really. It's nobody wants to sort of complicate. Oh, okay, so you must be one I've not actually told to stop whilst unloading. Right, okay, that's interesting. I usually do that as a matter of course. Oh well, we can soon unload that, really. And as I was going old school. Yeah, so the VR, it's a little bit... I can do it, but I can't see what you, as viewers, would gain from me. In fact, in some ways, you'd lose. I am going to say one thing, though. One thing that is quite interesting. You, as a player, if you did it with VorpX... now, there is quite a lot to be gained. Now, the one thing I'm going to say is, like that now, where the pipe is, I've got no depth perception. I'm guessing through placement, through experience, I'm guessing that my eyes and brain know that's a two-dimensional image, really. No matter how much it pretends to be three dimensions, it's not. You can't fool the human brain. Well, not with that you can't. But when you're using the 3D headset, I've got to be honest, you can go under things like that and you can actually see. So for a player, now then, I think we're all right for a bit now. Yeah, in fact, do you know something? Let's just go in there and we can pull up the course play settings for this vehicle whilst he's returned to starting point. No, I think it's... Is it? I thought it was the vehicle. It's activated. Oh, wow. Oh, no, it's not. I know what it is. It's not that I've not done that. It's that I've not done it on this computer. I'm on my gaming laptop because I was trying to do the VR. I couldn't get the VR to work on the gaming laptop. Now, it makes more sense to actually do this on the gaming laptop, really, because it's automatic, activated. Now then, to make that work, though, we need to retell it to go and do the nearest, because it's like, yeah, the course is already started, so we're going to need to do that with the other one as well. I wondered why they weren't unloaded, because we've obviously, it's, yeah, the courses, I've had to create all the courses again, because obviously this is, again, I should have. You can take the courses between a computer, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. So did I do activated? So I need to stop you the same. I need to go nearest, because you've got to retell it the command so that it sort of thinks about the course, and I think it's as simple as that. I don't think there's anything more to it than that. Yeah, we knew the pH was bad. It was. I'd got this. I bought these when it was already too big, didn't I? I'm trying to play it ultra realistic. So yeah, we will get the straw done as a big session, probably next session, and I do think we're going to have to. Well, I suppose we could use the ones. We've got the one down in the fields where the grass is. That's not that big a trek, really. We could actually stick that, grab the 270 tonners and any others. We've got, in fact, yeah, actually thinking of it, could also grab the 2 forage wagons. So, oh, yeah, but how would we... I know how we would do it. I do, yes. We have one of those fantastic things that's been sitting in our manure silo forever that we've never used because we didn't need to, because the manure started somehow to filter out itself, so we've never needed to use it. So yeah, that is true, we could use that. Yeah, so the VR, the only person that's going to gain is me, because basically I can see things better. You don't get the overlay, you get the actual FS22 screen. So what I'm recording is not the overlay. Oh, stop while unloading. It's doing exactly what you told it to do. Or we may as well unload it now, and then we'll scoot. Yeah, they were both half filled again. It will give them a bit more time in the field. Yeah, so I'm a little bit I'm going to have another go. I'm not giving in, because there are ways to capture the overlay, and that was my original plan with the Oculus mirror software. There's a bit of software inside. It's diagnostic software, but it actually, you can use the mirror, or at least you could. There are lots of videos on YouTube that show that you can do this, but you definitely could. But when I do Oculus Mirror, it shows me, and I've tried all the options, I've tried to switch them off, every single one actually, because sometimes it's better just to play with things. And it does a bit like when you're looking in a mirror, if you've ever had a mirror opposite another mirror, and you look in that mirror with the mirror going behind, or people in networking, if you connect one computer to another computer, and then connect that back through another one, you get a mirror effect, a networking effect. Well, it's the same thing with a mirror, the Oculus mirror. It's like you're looking through a mirror, through a mirror, through a mirror, through a mirror, and they're doing a cascade where they're literally going all over the place weirdly. So it's strange what you used to be able to do with it. You can tell it to record both eyes, left eye or right eye. But again, at least that way you are getting to view the actual VR input. Now I can record from Oculus, from using Oculus Desktop, where you're just recording what you can actually see. Now then we'll let you go. But I didn't find it look much different, because you basically play, all you're doing is viewing your PC's desktop. At least VorpX tries to stick a layer on. The trouble is, VorpX does do it where it shows you the two eyes. It's got like a Vorp desktop viewer, but you can't record. I've not found a way to record it, and I've been all over the things. I might actually ask for some help, because obviously Vorpex is probably the piece of software that has made the most headway into VR for PC users, especially for unsupported games. And what we play is unsupported at present. It's apparently FS19. It was awful in VR because the engine wasn't really made. But I think Giants have sort of did try to make this game sort of compatible on many levels, and apparently this isn't too bad. No, then we'll let that go. So we're going to literally... Yeah, I think Giants are... Maybe the next iteration is probably going to be VR compatible, and that's me saying it, because Giants have built in some of the underlying principles that are required for it. That's all I'm saying. The engine works quite well with VR, which is why Vorpex is able to do what it's doing. Now then, no, they're both okay. So yeah, I'm a little bit, unless I can actually record the left or the right eye. Now the right eye apparently is the one to record, because you've got less of a trying to think how you'd put it. If you record the left eye, because most people are right-handed, if you were left-handed you'd record the left eye and you'd record the left hand. If you were right-handed, which is most people, you would record the right eye. And using a gun analogy, if you were to look down the sights of your gun, the gun would be in your right hand and it would show right. If you look down the left-hand side, you're going to see your right hand offset, so therefore won't work very well for you. You'll get more of a 3D look, but yeah, I really need, if we're going to use VORP, I need to sort of do some kind of recording with VORP rather than, and so far I can't find a way to do that. I can record it, but I don't record the overlay. I record Farming Simulator window, which I couldn't do with OBS. So I've tried, yeah, there are plugins for OBS as well for the OpenVR plugin, and I can't see anything. So yeah, again, I'm only dabbling at the minute, but yeah, just letting you know, I was going to actually I did record in the window, but really it's just like looking at what you're seeing now. I can see the difference, but you can't. You were just going to see an image like this, only not such good quality. Yeah, it knocks it down to 2560 by 1440, which is what I used to always call. I used to record in 3K on my old laptop because it couldn't do 4K. It just couldn't. Not my gaming laptop, that can. But my old gaming laptop that I used to start recording on quite a few years ago, that could only ever go up to 3K. So that was that exact sort of thing. So I could never really say 4K recordings, whereas now I always record in 4K, and I have a piece of software that zips that into a much smaller package. Otherwise I'll be uploading monstrous things. We do lose a bit of quality, but I do keep the 4K. But when I look at a lot of the HD images that a lot of content creators anyway, you're still getting a high resolution if it's a bit fluffy. That's one thing I am going to say. It goes a bit fluffy when you have the software. It's not as sharp as the original, which is a bit, I don't like it, but otherwise I'd only be able to upload probably a third of the episodes that we do. It take an awful lot longer, hammer the gaming laptop an awful lot more, and yeah, really, so I don't do that. Right, how are we looking? 56 and 27. Yes, I just thought I'd give you a verbal thing on how I'm going with the VR. Really, it's interesting. It's better for me as a player because I do get depth perception with it. It is good, and then you can tweak it. For those who are interested and who've got VR headsets, and obviously Vorpex is quite an inexpensive piece of software. It was about £30, which in the grand scheme of things is about the equivalent to buying a PC game. So yeah, if it's a long-term investment certainly, and if you want to play your favourite game that isn't supported in VR yet, it's not a bad place to start. And it's a little bit like Farming Simulator. There's a lot of people who've already uploaded profiles that you can use, that you can import to get the best settings out of your headsets. Yeah, I'm doing it by Duke 54 is the one that I've downloaded, is the profile that I'm using, because There are other ones. I could use one with a bit of a higher res, but as I said, it's still 3K. But yeah, for you, the viewer, I just don't see the benefits for you, because basically it's going to be a lower resolution, and all you're going to see is, well, I might do a slightly better job because I can see depths, but that's not much of a gain really. When I think about it, it is like anything that's hype, isn't it? Really, everything's always hyped up. It's the new big thing, and they want you to believe that. They want to suck you in, and they're never going to tell you the shortcomings of any sort of thing, because they want you to buy it, and then you're going to realise, oh my life, this isn't everything that it's cracked up to be. But by that time, they've got an awful lot of money out of you. Don't get me wrong, it's not rubbish, but I just don't think it's as big a thing as everyone's now. Can we get to that in time before he does the turnaround? No, it is a he actually. I was going to say or she, but it's Luke or Han Solo. So now then, the wheel should stop, so it should be all right. Yeah, so I'm not at all saying VR is rubbish. It's in its infancy. I bought a headset a couple of years ago to see if it was as good as everyone said. I got an entry level. It was an Oculus at the time, and it was good, but nowhere near as good. The platform wasn't ready. Now they have invested a lot. There's a lot of games now that weren't there when I looked. But again, some of the games were so basic. I found that the first time around, really. There's a farm sim game, which anybody who loves farm sim, it's sort of an insult to anybody. I'd sooner have this game any day than that, really. It's a poor imitation. It's not supposed to be a copy of this, but I mean, yeah, this is a unique with great depth, an awful lot of depth, and it's only when you see a copy like that, a pale imitation, that you realise, well, I'd sooner have 2D graphics and play this game than to play 3D with no depth. Yeah, really. It's not graphics that always make a game. It is playability, and depth is one of those things. And this game has depth. It really does. I've got to say that. It may have its flaws, like all games, but it certainly has got depth. Yeah, so I'm not saying don't rush out and buy one. All I'm saying is, I don't quite think it's ready yet, and I'm sure Facebook don't want anybody to hear that, or all the Picos and all the headset manufacturers that really are wanting you to spend your hard-earned cash on those headsets, and then you will find out that, well, is it ready yet for people to buy? Should you be buying it now? Well, if you like killing games, then truthfully, yeah, go out and get one. If you want to shoot lots of zombies, you want a world apocalypses, there's plenty of those type of software. I mean, this obviously the Beat software that everybody raves about. Whoa, that was a bit of a spin out. Yeah, there's the games like that, but it's a bit like I bought the Nintendo Wii, and we've still got it. I never sold it like a lot of people did. It is a fantastic game even now. It's a little bit like that, these headsets are. Until there's the support of industry and they've ironed out the kinks, it's never going to really be the next best thing, because they've got to spend a bit more time on it. But again, it's a bit of a catch-22 situation. If people don't buy the headsets and software companies don't support the software, nobody develops, then there is no platform really. Now obviously Facebook, Meta have they've invested, I would imagine, an awful lot of money in the platform. It has improved, but is it enough? Now that is the real question. Is it enough? Now then, which one? Yeah, one of you, I would imagine, I think we can just basically pull up level with that. And yeah, wow, it didn't take us long really, or it didn't take them long. Well, I suppose I did do by bits. Yeah, to be honest, it's not a matter of being lazy with the course by course. If you start to take over, the other thing is you've got to remember is that we could do a forage course on this straight away. Oh wow. Yeah, you could do a 5 metre. Now, of course, I'm not. We've got the windrow, but you could do it. And if you mucked around with the course, then it's not going to work. I mean, I know for a fact, obviously, we're literally going to use the windrower to make these bigger. That's one thing I could have actually done now. In fact, I suppose it is something I could do. We could grab this. Yeah, we could actually. Let's take this to the corner now, because I don't think any of them are going to fill themselves in the little bit that's left. And we'll also do the corners. That there's quite a few corner swishers that need doing. So we'll let you finish. I think that one there's finished. I think that what all that's left is for that one, I reckon. Oh, that one's coming back up to do that one over, that little tiny corner piece that we just run past. So yeah, I'm not unimpressed. I'm not saying it's but until your favourite game is supported, really. I mean, yeah, you can play PC games, and there are some proper VR Steam games. Now that's then worth it. That makes a different thing. Now, of course, because Farming Simulator isn't supported, and the other thing is the recording. For someone to show you VR, then really I think you need, I would say, I mean, I don't know if recording in 3D is a thing yet. I would imagine if it's like proper recording in 3D, that is a difficult thing to do anyway, and to do it properly. So I'm not sure if it's possible, or whether it's always going to be a two-dimensional image, in which case the content creators are going to be stuck creating 2D. Again, I think if it's something that's important to the industry, then money and time and development will be made, because it's like anything. Content creators in all things are, I mean, YouTube's massive. Well, not just YouTube, but I mean, YouTube's the one that obviously I use. There are other platforms as well, similar, Vimeo and other big ones too, that do this, and streaming. Streaming's been massive for a long time. Not something that I've looked into a little, but I upload to YouTube, so I've stuck with what I know. I've not even really got Twitter or Facebook. I don't really push to that. I just stick to my YouTube channel, and just, yeah, I want it to grow naturally. And it is growing at a very nice rate now. Yeah, the subscribers and you viewers are absolutely, which that at least tells me that I must be doing something right. Not everything, obviously. I always like to listen to your voices on what you say, and most of you say, but obviously I realise as well, being a viewer myself, is that yeah, we've all got different ideas of what is our ideal thing, and you're never ever, oh, what's gonna, yeah, it is, oh dear, oh no. Wow. Oh, that is good. Right, let's get this bit done. And I'm thinking that's pretty much us done. On this field, anyway. We'll get the other one done. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on the state of play. And also, yeah, I'm still looking into it. I'm just not sure what you, the viewers, will gain from it until I can record. I say I might try the recording from the Oculus headset itself, but it seems to me, wow, you finished. The VORP seems to be the better 3D like view. Oculus is just going to show me, yeah, a 2D game, because the game is 2D. That's what VORPX does. It literally sort of tries to almost show you the 3D layer that you would have if you were within the headset. But me to record that, now that is a completely different thing. Now I think we can manage to take these as is. I think, can we, with this little header, 5 meter, can we risk the road? I'm just going to have a look. I would say we can, because you can really go right deeply into the hedge. Says, yeah, I think so. Can pull out with any big. Oh, of course the now in real life you wouldn't need me to do this, but in this I'm going to switch you off because you are just so annoying. Now then, where are you? Always get it. I think it's that one. Apologies, I hate doing that, really. I like it to be realistic, but we could do that. Yeah, I mean, we could easily pull with it. If it was any bigger, than the Russell Mashers 5 meter, even if it was a 6 meter, I would not do that. But yeah, this is just about, yeah, okay to get this done. So then, yes, I am still cracking on in the background, having a good fiddle. If nothing else, I'll try and get a profile that's full 4K, and at least I can actually have the fun of having... Oh no, we need to change the thing. 66. Yeah, at least I can have the fun of having a bit of depth perception. But if that's all, well, I'm hoping that it does far more than that. Yeah, I'd like to... but I can see why it's not a thing yet. Yeah, I really can. I was wondering myself, why are we not seeing any VR things with Farming Simulator? Now I realise totally why. Now that we can follow with that straight away. Yeah, I think we're not gonna rush the other. What we'll do is we'll do a complete session. There's an awful lot of straw to do, really, so I think we'll do that in a completely different session rather than try and squeeze it in now and like do a bad job. So then, no, I don't need to worry about cars now because we've switched them off. We should switch them straight on though, because otherwise I'm going to forget. I know what I'm like. Yeah, they are a bit annoying because obviously I was nowhere near them. They could easily get packed, but you've only got a loom somewhere near them and they just stop. The same as if you go a little bit too far forwards on a junction, they stop and they actually cause an accident because as a driver, your mind tells you could easily do that, really, and then it causes an accident because they jam their brakes on right in front of you, that would cause an accident even in real life. Yeah, I had a couple of incidents on Saxon. Not saying that it's never my fault. I'm really not saying that at all, because it is sometimes. Yeah, 66, clear, load, activate, and we need you to be right. Now we need to grab the thing quickly before it's... thank you very much, Farmer Girl. We've got one on this side. We shall stick this one on that side. I think what I might do, though, is I might go and grab some equipment and just leave this on this side, hopefully with one on each side. Well, actually, I didn't realise. Obviously, they didn't unload because they didn't have self-unload ticked. Because usually the Rossel mashers, as we found before, are actually quite good. So we'll drop this there. And we are going to pop down and grab the forage wagons and... Oh, is this... Can we get through the end of this one? Is this the field that I cut the hedge? Or is this a proper way out? Oh, it is... No, it is... Yeah, this is a proper way out. Yeah, I didn't do this, but I can see that the gate is at the bottom of this field, so that's quite useful. Wow. Oh, got to be careful not to ruin that. Yeah, this is not my work. Now, which one is it? It's in the other field, this one here. It's a little bit narrow, if I remember right. But, luckily for us, there's nothing in the field. So, yeah, I know. This is. You can now see that, obviously, it's not quite right. But, yeah, the bushes are a different colour. But it was the best I could do, really. Yeah. It's not perfect. We are coming back, so yeah. Well, the highway code. Sorry, the what do they call it? The Peak District had a code, and you'd got to shut your gate. There's no I'm coming through in 10 minutes because if there were animals, then they could get through and attack other animals. Now we know there aren't any around, but that's not the point. There could be. Right. So then we want the windrower. No, we're using the big windrower this time. So we're going to grab the windrower, and we do need some more tractors than this one, though. Yeah, we do really. We need 3 tractors. We have the John Deere up there too, so we only need one more. I think the Valtra will do quite nicely. And we have the forage wagon there. We'll leave the little Massey down here. And we will reverse and stick another load of water in there, I think. And then we should fill it and let it go, because we don't need to be on it to do that. Let's grab that equipment though. Let's not just leave it. Of course, I put that right in the way. Ooh, that's a little bit tight as well. I'm gonna clip it. I know it is. My instinct's telling me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, you could have clipped it. Oh wow, you did actually. Your instincts weren't totally wrong. But your instincts are only a guide. They're not perfect. They just give you that warning that things aren't quite right. That yeah, it's not perfect. You can nudge things as well a bit out of the way, or you can just totally drag them around like that. I wouldn't advise that. That's not good. That's the bad way to do it. I didn't intend to do that, of course. Right, so we'll grab you, and we've got the 35 tonner down there. We'll grab the 50 tonner and the windrow. We'll stick these mowers away, and then we'll grab the 50 tonner. Do we need more than... Yeah, we do. I think I'm right, actually. It wouldn't be a bad idea to dump it and stick it in the 70 tonner as well. I've never done it, but yeah, it's always nice. I mean, sometimes you do something once and you think, nah, bad idea. It could end up being like that, but you never know. It could be a way that works out better than the other way. Yeah, and I do realise I've got an awful lot of wool there. Awful lot of wool. Yeah, the Lords all-in-one production now does silage and pig food, which that's a bit of a game changer, really. It is. Now then, I'd like to stick this. We want to stop that before it tries to follow me in here, because it will. Yeah, I'd like to have a look at that, definitely. I've got to be honest, I mean, the all-in-one production by the Lord is fantastic, especially with the upgrade factories mod as well. It makes it very, very smashing. A little factory that does a lot. And I do think that the Lord's done his recipes. They're not the best, but then if you've got a factory that's trying to do everything, then surely you're not expecting it to be. You're going to be buying a specialist factory, so I like that. No, I can't unfold this one. You have to drop it badly. Now then, I think... Oh, I know, actually. I'm thinking about this. I know it's been left in the field. It's already got a tractor on it. I remember. And it's actually, this managed it quite well, so I think we're just going to stick to this. Oh, we need to grab some fuel as we're passing. Yeah, the animals are all good. See, the weeds are growing well in this now. I am well pleased with our complement. Yeah, there's quite a few pieces of equipment as well. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how fantastic the equipment is in FS22. It really is rounding out. In fact, I've got to be honest, I think we've got more equipment now on FS22 than we did have in FS19. Thinking back to how things were. Now then, we need to grab the 50 tonner. And we need to grab the 35. So actually, oh no, I know what we want. I know what we want. And we've done it the wrong way, really. But yeah, I want the AGM, AGI. I always get mixed up because it's the AGM is the one that I use. It's the AGI pack, isn't it? Yeah, this one here that we've had sitting in here for absolutely forever, and we've not really used it because it went wrong. I mean, as in like it's doing some weird thing, really. As you can see, it's all nearly disappeared to wherever it goes to. Aha, we have an incident back at the thing. We'll pop back up there quickly. In fact, if we just go straight on, we can pick this up the other way. Now then, for travelling, it really wants to be a little bit lower. I just get this in position and then we'll pop back up to see what's happened at the top. Right, okay, what's happening? What is happening with you? Oh, seriously? Right. Well, if the AI drivers are anything to go by, then I don't think we really got anything to worry about AI. But yeah, I know it's weird how the human condition, it presents these. Oh, it's sort of like it's the new buzz, isn't it? Really, AI, AI, AI. It's all you hear about everywhere. It's, yeah, all for money, all for business, really, I suppose. So it's the same as electric vehicles. That was another. I've heard quite a few horror stories about the price of batteries that people have been charged for, where they thought they were covered by the big companies as well. And some cases in the newspaper where you think, well, if you want people to think electric cars are the next big thing, I don't think you're really going about it the right way, because I don't think anyone's going to can afford 25 or 30 grand for these wonderful things. If I just don't think you can. Yeah, there's been a shock horror, and one of the family, I think it was in Scotland, one of the families involved post haste sold the electric vehicle and no longer have an electric vehicle. And I would say that is the way things are going to be if you're going to be treated like that with this next big thing. Yeah, I mean, that's even forgetting. Yeah, the price of batteries have always been the thing, really, that were going to be the thing to catch people out. But yeah, if you're wanting people to have your products, I think that they're going about it the wrong way. Although greed is nothing new, really, is it? And when someone's got to come to your company, whether you're BMW or whatever, then really you've got a captive audience, because yeah, your manufacturer's the only one that can sort out your battery. So I can see it's not really good, is it? Right, anyway, I'm hoping now. Let's have a look at the. Oh, I would say that one there is deciding it's not. Oh, I can see why. Oh well, it's a challenge. Yeah, it is amazing, these bywords, though, really. And also the way that humans use it to do harm to other humans. Yeah, really, it's mainly been used to put people out of work. I've felt strongly for this for years. I do occasionally. There's a couple of garages where I use the pay at the pump, but as a rule of thumb, I don't use the pay at the pump thing, because I recognise that the supermarkets, they're putting people out of work. And the same as these people who scan their shopping at supermarkets. Why do you want to do that? All they want to do is put people out of work. I don't know. And that's not having a go. I know not everyone thinks about it, but you've got to think, why does somebody want you to do something? What's the real motive behind that? And you'll often find it's money. It really is. Unfortunately, in the business world, yeah, that we are living in the time where people say it's just business. It's not. It isn't business. It's people's lives. That's not just business. It's personal. But we live in a time where that saying is accepted, that it's okay. It's okay. It's just business. It don't matter if you're going to lose your ass in 6 months. It's just business. It's not personal, honest. And you think, seriously, are we supposed to swallow that? Of course it's personal. It is. Right, anyway, I'm thinking, we've got a few minutes to grab that stuff from down the bottom now, so let's grab it. Yeah. I know, I'm probably speaking not politically correctly, but it's just, yeah. Now that, yeah, we've got to grab that one over there. I've always cared about other people. That is the bottom line. And we do live in a time of real selfishness where everyone does exactly what they like. Well, we can only, all of us, do our little bits, really. And as long as we only think about ourselves, we're never really going to be... Right, Yeah, anyway, I'm preaching again. I am. And I don't mean that in a religious way either. I mean, yeah, it is true. We're all entitled to our opinion. That is true. But it is sad. That's one thing I am going to say. We do live in very cold and selfish times. Yeah, I think there was a story I was told. It was 2 or 3 years ago now. A really sad story of it was in McDonald's, the setting, and yeah, no, it's full on the right one. And a gentleman was choking. It really was. Now then, that's the one. Fantastic. He was choking, and a couple of good Samaritans. There are still some people around. A lot of people don't want to get involved because we live in that time where, again, lawsuits and all the rest of it stop people being human. And then there's the child thing where if a child falls over, 100 hands will twitch, but nobody will come forward to try to help that child, because the next thing you're going to be accused of child molestation. It is. We live in that madness, that thing where, and I'm as guilty. I'm not preaching and like accusing anybody else of anything that I myself have not. Now then, have we got? Yeah, we've only got. Oh yeah, we've got the 270 tonners up there already. We're going to have to run those down. Have we lost one of these already? Seriously? What? We never drove through that wall. We were never anywhere near it. And you have got the best steering of all of us. This is the best steerer out of all of the entire team, which is why I absolutely love to use this beautiful tractor. It is. I would willingly have a McCormick or a Landini. Landini's are fantastic as well. Of course, I'd always have a Fendt. John Deere's, yeah, well, they're all right. Yeah, they're not awful. They're just not the best steerers. But then there's some of the smaller Fendts are not fantastic either. Yeah, it's. Let's try that again. Let's see if you can get to the top this time. Now I think. No, it's still going up. Valtteri. Fantastic. Let's see if we can get to the top of the map before anything else happens. Yeah, I will continue the story. I haven't forgotten. Yeah, McDonald's. Yeah, a gentleman was choking, and 2 good Samaritans were assisting, and the rest of the people in the queue just kept stepping over his body, which he eventually died. And you think, seriously? You had to step over this man's dying body to get your McDonald's? Really? Are your priorities? Do you consider yourself a good person? And I'm sure if you ask most of those people that stepped over that body, they'd probably consider that they were good people. Whether they are right is, I'll leave that to you to be the judges. Yeah, I personally think they're a million miles away from right. Now, we could actually do this one first. This one was done, but we're going to have to do it again because I haven't got the courses that's going to be the same as this course to actually carry on. So this is for next session, but I thought we'd at least get this right. Thank you, Farmer Girl. Padme. Yeah, what I'm thinking is we can dump and then stick some of the 70, fill the 70 tonners. Now, I think obviously we're going to have to shift. Yeah, we can only do that. We've only got 2 70 tonners, but it will give us maybe quite a bit of breathing room, shall we say. Right, we need to drop that, and we can grab the 2 70 tonners and take that back. So yeah, straw next time. It might not work. It might not work at all. It might be rubbish. Oh, I believe you were going to switch. Yeah, so that really saddened me. That was one of those human stories that I really was very sad at hearing. It's sort of sign of the times, really. And I thought, I'm so glad my grandma is not alive to see the times that we live in now, because she would be horrified at the way that people are now. It's awful. Now then, oh, of course, I didn't actually set that going, did I, afterwards? Half a job, Bob. Yeah, it did. It was a very sad story, a very sad truth. Oh, no, no, I think actually the worker's in there. I did set it going. I was going to say I remember doing it, actually. I do. That there was a natural worker in there, and they are... Oh, they've actually finished, so they were in there, though. I did see them. But we need to shift them out of the way, or else the other the other combine can't actually empty into it, so... I mean, it has got the other one to choose from as well, but... So then, these are the last two of our fields. Yeah. Amazing. The last of our harvest. Yeah, I'm well pleased with where we are. 1,771,926. We've still got an awful lot of grass. We've got an awful lot of straw that we're going to convert to silage to send down to the BGA to actually... Oh, we need to get these little wisps. I think I missed a couple in the middle. Yeah, so we shall take this down to the yard and we shall have a look. Well, we can sort of have a look now. Wow, 40 tonnes. I don't think there's much in the other one, though. I think that was marginal. Let's just get these little tiny tufts done. Yeah, we did do most of them. Yeah, I'm thinking about what I've just said, and yeah, and all the rest of it, really. Right, I think that's pretty much sorted. Yeah, I'm pleased where we are. Really, this is the last, well, Agres Balcones. I would like to finish that Let's Play. I've also got a couple of Let's Play. I've got Saxthorpe. Again, I'm not sure if Saxthorpe is going to be the next English map, in which case I'm not in such a rush to crack on. What I mean is, when the new map drops, I'm going to give it a little bit like I did Court Farm, like I do almost all of the big maps. I'm going to give it at least a week where I'm not going to do the other Let's Plays, the other content. So yeah, just to give it a good traction and a right good go in that initial week. I'm going to do my best to do a storyline for it, or a believable... Yeah, not even sure we're going to do a... Did I just... Yeah, I did. I thought I did. Right, do we leave the... I think we'll leave the combines up here. I'll take these down. Yeah, I don't want to use these on follow. They're a bit of a nightmare. So I'll bring them down at my leisure. We'll take this lot down. Mind you, I'd like to just do a count. I think I'm happy with that, and I'll take it all down at my leisure. It's obvious I can't do a reset, because otherwise I'm going to lose all of my produce. Now, I'm not sure whether it's all in this one or we've got a little bit in that one. The next session we're going to be doing a lot of straw. I will time-lapse that one, but I thought there's 2 fields to do. We can do this in any other work. Oh no, there is a bit. Yeah, there is. 41 tonnes and nearly 50 tonnes, so 25 odd tonnes from each one, which we are going to go to oil, which the best time to sell it is in November. So I can't remember if we've souped the lots up. I think you'd have to place one to actually to see the difference, but I'm not sure. I would imagine it works like that, but we can have a quick look, because if it doesn't work like that, then obviously we're going to see... Yeah, the thing that always throws me about the GrainQuid Pro is the fact that it's called large production. Always throws me out a little bit, because it doesn't say GrainQuid Pro. Yeah, it's 6 all-in-one production, so let's just see. I don't think you'll find it's going to add... Oh, you were saying? Wow. That's forage, though. That's weird, because that's not the symbol for the forage. Does that mean TMR? Yeah, because the thing for TMR is that one. The thing for forage is the one with lots of little green bits in it, like that one. But that's not really what the all-in-one is showing. So I'm not sure, but I think that's TMR. Yeah, it's showing forage, but it's not. It all says forage, so I think there'll be an update at some point soon, because that's pig food. That's silage. 1,000 chaff produces. So it's only chaff. It is. It's only chaff that goes into that. So yeah, it would be normal silage. It's 1,000 for 1,000, as you'd expect. 250, 500. Yeah, it adds to 1,000 still. So straight swap of stuff to produce pig food, mainly potatoes and mainly sugar beet and a little bit of wheat, quite a bit of wheat. So mainly potatoes. I like the recipe. 1,000. Oh, that's got quite a lot of loss. Whoa, that's 2,000 goes down to 1. Whoa, that's mega bad. Let's have a look at the Omatana. I'm sure that's 1,000 for 1,000, yeah. And grass, 1,000 for 1,000. Yeah, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not thinking I'm going to go do away with the Omatana anytime soon as a mixer. Again, though, I suppose you've got to look at it this way. It's an all-in-one. I mean, the Omatana is terrible for some things too. I've said that I would never contemplate doing. Yeah, I'll show you. I would never contemplate doing that. It's a 10%, 90% loss. Again, yeah, and the addition of a bit of lime as well. So I'd never use it for digestate solid fertiliser, ever, because it's terrible. But in a pinch, if you're trying to make a bit of money, then yeah, by all means do it. But yeah, it's not really. Yeah, not really fantastic. Right, so then, yeah, I'm going to take these down at my leisure. We've seen that, so 50 odd tonnes of canola. I'm going to stick that in the all-in-one. But for now, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on what's left of this journey. Next session, we're going to get all this straw up and the other 2 little fields down in the middle as well. It's going to be a bit of a big session. That is definitely going to be a time lapse. So, yeah, all I'm going to say is goodbye. For now, we have a situation. Yes, just literally taken the equipment back, and because these 70 tonners are so long, I've literally caught it on the. Yeah, I knew this was. It's tight. This yard. It's not really meant for these. These are a bit monstrous, and I think the only thing that's going to save us is probably the little Massey. That's if I can get past. Yeah, I think we'll have to drop this off here. I think we could probably just about, losing a little bit of paint, squeeze past. Yeah, we have an incident just there. It's caught on there and it can't be shifted. It won't shift. It's sort of, it really looks, yeah, it just, I mean, I nearly did it. I was so close to doing it and then I literally just caught it. So I thought I'm going to add this onto there. I'm not going to say goodbye again because we've already said it. I'm just going to literally end this and just pop up, but I thought I'd show this as part of the session. I always like to show these yeah, that we can, even in this game, actually, due to how good the physics is, you can really have a good go at actually doing what you would do in an emergency in this game. For the main, there's not many times. I mean, sometimes I reset for when it's not important, but this type of thing, I always find it a personal challenge. I always look forward to it. It always stemmed from, yeah, my original things of this was usually it was very easy on Sudbury Meadows because of the lay of the land to roll your wood things, because they do tend to be a little bit top heavy when they're loaded up with wood. So I tended to roll them, and I always thought there's no way I'm going to like chuck 50 grand by reset, and that was always why it started to become nice. See, that wasn't even that difficult. We're done now. Now then, can we get the other one? Right, let's try it now. We should be free, I think. Just got to be a little bit careful. Yeah, that's it. We're done. Just literally about to stick this in the all-in-one by the Lords. Yeah, so it's not. I'm not having a go at the law either, and it's quite realistic. To have something that's good at everything is highly unbelievable. To have something good in a certain area, like a factory like the Farmer Jeb one, that's good at a lot of things, but only good at a certain amount of things, that's quite believable. But the all-in-one by the law, if it was good at everything, it would sort of like, yeah, things have got to be balanced. Otherwise, Yeah, you don't get things like that. And also, look at the size of the factory. It can't be fantastic at everything. Just can't, really. Right, let's stick this in. And, well, I suppose actually, you know, we'll do this properly because we pretty much have done it, really. Oh, nearly questioned into that. Let's just stick this in, stick the other one in, and I'd like to show you what is in here and the fact that we're going to switch it on and all that type of stuff. Now that's weird, it never did that. Oh, a little bit scuffy on the side of that building, Mr. Smith. What? Oh, do you know, that is a train wreck. It's no wonder you caught it on the edge of the thing with doing things like that. Right, let's jump the hedge. Let's grab the other one in and then I'm going to show you, and then I am literally just going to slink off again. But yeah, I thought I'd show you these bits anyway. It is important. But yeah, the combines I'm going to get down, I am going to do that off camera because it's not the most interesting of things really, even though you could do it. Is right, let's pull a little bit wider this time, but don't overdo it. That's my usual thing. It is very tight though. When you look at that, I mean, I didn't compensate for that fact. It is a very long trailer. I still might scrape, or I might not. Yeah, you've got to go very, very wide. It is very long. It really is. It's not meant for these little yards, but you can, as you've just seen, you can do it if you try hard enough. Right. Oh, now then, have you put that in the way? That's sticking out a bit, that is. Why is that so? Has this got one of those hitches on the front? They haven't all got one. Yeah, it has. Oh, no, forwards for a change. Yeah, it's annoying me sticking out like that. I don't know what on earth, why that actually happened. Yeah, they've not all got one of those front hitch things on. Yeah, one of the pin hitches. It's quite a rare thing on a lot of tractors. So another thing I like about the McCormick's was that's missing on a lot of tractors. The Masses, of course, have got a pin hitch and often haven't got a front 3-point. But right, so then, can we pull by the side of that one without causing any major mischief? Always find it difficult when you've already got like something in the way. Always makes it much more difficult because you've not got the same swing space. Let's pull this forward a little bit and stop making it so tricky. I can reverse this out once I've got a bit of room. Yeah, no point making it difficult. The amount of times I have accidents because I'm like, yeah, just leaving the original thing. Be careful. Yeah, the original thing in the way. So it should be 50 odd tons, really. Yeah, I'm not hitting that brick wall this time. It was ever so weird. As soon as it's... And there's nothing there to hit. There was nothing in the way or anything. So... Right, let's have a look. So then, what have we got in this? Incoming materials. We've got some oats. Are we going to do some... We've not done the flour. Why did we not do the oat flour? Yeah, it's strange. We've got the oats in there. Let's do that then. And the canola oil is the main one. This should be beastly. So it does 32,400 per month. So, and yeah, obviously the canolas, that is another thing that the Farmer Jeb is absolutely fantastic at. It's lossless. You do lose some of your thing, but you don't. That's half. This is pretty much based upon most of the Giants things where you lose pretty much half. Yeah, some of the oats is good. You gain a little bit, or you gain quite a lot actually. That's as lossless as it gets. Are we going to switch the bread on as well? No, again that halves it as well, which means you're getting a quarter of the total that gets produced to bread. So bread, this is what I was saying was so terrible about. If you consider oats is a good little earner. I'm just going to do this based upon on like oats. So if I've got 1,000 oats, that means I'm only going to get 250 litres of bread. So then, how much is bread worth? Because that means that bread's got to be worth 4 times the amount than oats to be a viable product to actually make profit. And I don't think you'll find it is. I really don't. So if we look at oats, top price on normal economy is 1,125. Now then, if we look at bread, which I know is December, January, top price is 3,205, which is 3 times. It's nearly there, but only if you sell it at that best possible price. It's not quite though. It isn't. It's not not viable, but it isn't. It's not really good for saying you've got to process it, and also the productions will cost you too. Right, we did. Yeah, we did canola. Now then, did we say we need to tell the flour? Being as we've chosen that, which is why cycles and these recipes are everything. So if you can find something that does a better recipe, to be honest, that is the way to go. Because if real life you lost that kind of amount, nobody would make any profit. I mean, it's profitable, but is it worth you doing it for the time, the effort, the money, the cost of the production? You're making, I suppose, do you always double the costs? Yeah, it's percentages, so maybe it's about there, but only just, and only if you sell it at the top price. Obviously in real life you wouldn't do that, but this is a simulation, so you've got to give them a bit of do. Right, anyway, let's just, we need to tell the bread to store, but we need to tell the flour to distribute. Fantastic. I think the Cavalier Roy should be storing. Brilliant. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to say goodbye again, so I'll hopefully see you next session.